Chapter 1581. Mufirin also felt some pressure. However, she understood that if she didn't step out, it would be useless to say anything. During filming, she was very tired and easily lost her temper, especially when she was on set. For many reasons, she was too immersed in her role and was still in a bad mood when she went home. The house was a mess. Fortunately, Hae-ing helped to take care of the children, so she didn't have to worry about them. However, when she was resting, she saw Hae-ing playing with the children and didn't need her. She sighed and looked at Hae-ing. "Do I look hateful now?" Hae-ing laughed. "If you are hateful, then there are no good people in the world." Hearing his words, Mufirin burst into laughter. She knew that Hae-ing had been very humble and tolerant of her. He wasn't an ordinary person, but he was better than ordinary people in this aspect. Hae-ing had never thought that he would become the fearsome Hae-ing because of an assassin organization. In the beginning, he was just a pawn by Boss Yi's side. Everyone knew that Hae-ing's organization was frightening, but no one knew who Hae-ing was. Until one day, Hae-ing received a new order. His men immediately gave him the order. "Boss, this is the person who wants us to kill Boss Yi." Hae-ing looked at the order and said, "Boss Yi isn't easy to kill." "Yes, it's not that Boss Yi isn't easy to kill. If we kill him, the power behind him will not let us go. It will be troublesome." Over the years, as he grew, Boss Yi's power expanded. Currently, there were not many people in country who dared to go against him. His business was getting bigger and bigger, and he had offended more and more people, but no one dared to do anything to him. Because if he died, his men would not let go of the person who killed him. Because he had made a will that after his death, whoever could get rid of him who had killed him would have all his property. Everyone wanted to kill him, but at the same time, they also felt a little worried. Hae-ing looked at the order. "Okay, I'll think about it. Then this list. Keep it. Just say that there's nothing I, Black Hawk, can't do. However, I need to consider whether or not this is worth it." At night, Black Hawk continued to work in front of First Brother. The First Brother laughed out loud. He looked ahead and said, "Did you see that? Someone actually said that he found an assassin organization to kill me." "Huh, what kind of bullshit organization is this?" Black Eagle looked at him. "First Brother doesn't have to worry about anyone now. That's right. Whoever dares to kill me should first see if they can walk out of the country alive." Blackhawk smiled. Brother E had been treating him better and better recently, and he trusted him more and more. He looked at Blackhawk. "Blackhawk, tell me, do you want to make a fortune?" "Yes. Yeah, there's no one who doesn't want to earn big money. I know you've always wanted to, but I don't dare to let you touch it. If you touch it, you won't be able to take it off." Blackhawk smiled. Brother E is talking about that business. "Yeah, you're very smart. You've never asked me or tried to find out. You're very obedient, and I like that. I know you don't have such thoughts, so you're someone I can use. Come with me tonight." The reason why Brother E was still so strong was because he had always been very careful. If he was caught, he would be sentenced to death. Normally, he wouldn't ask someone else to do it for him. Basically, he would do everything himself. But today, he actually got it seemed like he really trusted Blackhawk. Blackhawk understood, and the people below him understood even more. Their attitude toward the Black Hawk immediately changed. "Blackhawk, Brother E is promoting you because he wants you to be his successor. You're going to be rich in the future. Remember to bring us along." Blackhawk smiled and didn't say anything. At night, he followed Brother E into the building. It was his first time here. It was indeed secretive. Most importantly, the location would change every few days. It was hard for people to guess where he would do it next time. The manufacturing laboratory was not small, and its production was definitely the best in the country. It would also sell a lot of it abroad. Brother E was being so cautious. It was not without reason, because if he was caught, he would definitely die. After entering, Brother E looked at him. "How is it? This is definitely a treasury." Blackhawk still smiled. Not long after, Blackhawk looked around and felt that the place was indeed very big. Secondly, there were indeed many people. He could tell that the shocking production made Brother E extremely rich. Some people looked at Blackhawk curiously. Brother E brought a newcomer here. "Yeah, take care of him in the future. He'll help to collect the goods first." "All right, Those people stared at Black Hawk, just as they were wondering. Oh no, Brother E, there's something suspicious outside. It seems like someone is coming. One of them was very vigilant. Upon hearing this, he didn't say anything. Emergency evacuation. I'll leave first. You guys cover me. Same as always. With that, he jumped out of the window and ran out. At the same time, the door of the drug manufacturing facility was instantly breached by the police. Brother E ran away. Behind him, Black Hawk helped him escape. Brother E didn't know how far he ran. Brother E leaned against the wall, panting. Damn it, that damn cop. He actually found this place. Black Hawk looked at him. Over there, seems to have been caught. Brother Yi's face was also pale. However, he saw Black Hawk looking at him expressionlessly. He said, "You're unlucky." "No, I'm very lucky," Black Hawk said. When Brother E heard this, he felt that something was wrong. Gradually, Brother Yi's face showed a hint of fear. He retreated step by step. You're a cop." Black Hawk smiled. "No, I'm not." Then you're..." Black Hawk said, "You'll know when you get down there. I'm the one who's prepared to kill you." What up, Brother E thought that something was wrong. At first, he thought that Black Hawk was a spy. If that was the case, he would be speechless. For so many years, he was willing to be beaten up by him. How could he endure it? "I've treated you well. Black Hawk, what are you trying to do?" At this moment, Black Hawk directly threw a note in front of Brother E. On it was the unique logo of Black Hawk's assassin organization. He said, "Yes, but I'm sorry. Someone wants your life." "You." Brother E suddenly understood. "You're an assassin?" "Actually, I'm Black Hawk." Black Hawk smiled. Black Hawk. The Brother E finally understood something after being dismayed. "It's you. You're the one who created that organization. It's actually you." "That's right." Chapter 1582. Brother 1 couldn't understand. Why didn't he realize that he had been by his side for so long? How is this possible? How is this possible? Black Eagle smiled. "I have to thank Brother 1. Black Eagle's figure stood there. Brother 1 only felt that he was really tall, big, and imposing. The emotions lingering between his brows weren't something that an ordinary person would have. Black Hawk said, "Over the years, Black Hawk has taught me a lot about how to be a person. I know that in this world, without power and money, there is no way to stand firm. If I want to get these things, people like me can only be like my brother, by fair means or foul." Brother 1's eyes darkened. He thought of how he had treated Black Eagle all these years. And Black Eagle had always been beaten and scolded without retaliating. Only now did he feel that this person was very, very scary. Brother 1 looked at him. "So what do you want now?" Black Eagle said, "What do you think you would do if you were in my position?" Brother 1 was stunned. What would happen now that they were enemies? What kind of enemy was the safest? A dead one. That was also an enemy who would never seek revenge on him. So Brother 1 closed his eyes, his hands hanging down. "So you're worried that I'll write my will?" "That's right. If I get caught, all my assets will be confiscated. Then, I'll have no money, and others won't chase after you for your assets." "That's right. All right, just kill me. I've long known that you're someone who can achieve great things." "Little Black, no, Black Hawk, you can do it. I've not lived in vain to be able to raise someone like you. I'm willing to die by your hands. I'm willing to admit defeat. You've done the right thing." Black Eagle said, "Thank you. It's the most glorious thing in my life to be able to agree with you." As he said that, he had already raised the gun. Brother 1 closed his eyes tightly. That night, the moon was strangely round. The siren also rang in this city for half the night. The next day, Brother 1 died. His forces were destroyed overnight. The news spread all over the country. At the same time, Black Eagle's organization expanded greatly. They gathered many of Brother 1's forces and took this opportunity to make a name for themselves. Mufirin soon went to participate in the shooting. However, when she returned home, she saw Black Hawk packing up his things. She walked over. "Where are you going?" Black Hawk looked at her. "I think I should still attend the funeral." The funeral would be held today. He could go and come back on the same day. Mufirin suddenly remembered. Feeling flustered, she hugged his waist. The Black Hawk paused. "Mufirin looked at him. "What will happen if I don't go?" "Actually, What's the worst that could happen? Tell me. I'll be criticized. So you're saying, at most, they'll speak ill of you behind your back? That's right. You started to do serious business. Can you just ignore them? Fearon raised her head. His assassin organization was no longer in operation. With his current power, he didn't need to rely on any unorthodox methods anymore. Black Hawk looked at her. Fearon shook her head forcefully. I don't want a Black Hawk. I really don't want you to go. I'll be worried to death. Look at me. If something happens to you, what should Yin do? What should I do? Black Hawk was stunned. She looked at him with tears in her eyes. Promise me. However, Black Hawk didn't speak for a long time. Fearon became more anxious. She looked at him and shouted, Black Hawk, if you don't go, I'll marry you. Black Hawk was shocked. He pulled her up, held her shoulders, and looked at her as he asked, Are you serious? Fearon blushed. Why did he say that? But she really thought so in her heart. As long as he didn't go, he would be safe. She thought that it was okay to marry him. Black Hawk said, Okay, I won't go. He picked her up, threw her on the ground, and spun her around. Fearon only stopped when she was dizzy from being spun around by him. You. Black Hawk kissed her on the cheek. Why? You want to go back on your word? No way. I'm telling you. Fearon blushed and lowered her head. I just feel that you agreed too quickly. Black Hawk looked at her with a smile. Yes, in this world, is there anything more important than you marrying me? Fearon's heart warmed when she heard this. She felt that he was so happy. It was actually not bad to marry him. She turned her head, embarrassed to look at him. Black Hawk walked out of the room and said to the people outside, Okay, brothers, I won't go. Everyone was still in a daze. Why didn't he go? Black Hawk waved his hand. Tell them that your boss is busy, getting married, and it's inauspicious for him to go. Everyone was stunned. Then they suddenly understood. Suddenly, there was a commotion outside. Oh, my boss is getting married. We finally have a sister-in-law. Hurry, go and prepare to announce it to the world. Fearon, Black Hawk, and the others went to prepare for the wedding. So Fearon didn't need to do anything. Fearon remembered that she had gotten a lot of sponsors for the last wedding and had done so many things. Now that she had calmly become a bride, she really felt that she had married a man with a heart. It turned out that being a bride was such a blissful thing. She didn't need to worry about anything. She only needed to ask for his opinions when she was preparing things. She could film in peace and go home when she was tired. She didn't need to do anything and just lay down to sleep. Finally, the filming of the TV series was done and the wedding was ready. Black Hawk smiled and brought her the wedding dress that had just been sewn. Fearon said quickly, Why did you bring it back? Black Hawk said, I want to see you wear it. Fearon smiled and said, You should know that it's inauspicious. Black Hawk said, Why is it inauspicious? Before the wedding, the groom can't touch the wedding dress. Otherwise, it's not good for the marriage. Black Hawk frowned and picked up the wedding dress to go out. Hey, what are you doing? Fearon was shocked. I'm getting someone to make another one. Fearon didn't know whether to laugh or cry as she pulled Black Hawk back. I was just joking. She pulled Black Hawk back and hugged him. Silly, marriage isn't that simple. You can't touch the wedding dress. Silly. Chapter 1583. He had spent so much effort to marry her. Of course, he cared too much about everything. Fearon knew that too. Looking at his childish behavior, she smiled even more. Soon, the filming of the TV series was completed. The wedding was in full swing. Everyone's expectant eyes were fixed on the wedding. The public didn't know about it because the filming was too intense and she didn't release any information to the public. Everyone just felt that they hadn't seen any news about Fearon for a long time. However, there was too much news in and out of the circle, so no one really paid attention to it. Finally, one day, the press conference for the TV series began. Everyone suddenly remembered that Fearon had played the antagonist role in the first episode. She was the antagonist of the female lead, but she wasn't the female lead after all. Someone sighed and said, Fearon is indeed a has-been. Someone even said, Hasn't she been a has-been for a long time? You just realized it. Actually, the press conference didn't cause too much news. Everyone only noticed that Fearon was in the show. Soon, the TV series was broadcasted, and everyone was shocked. Mu Firen was extremely evil and complicated in the TV series. She made people love and hate her at the same time, and they couldn't stop watching her. On one hand, they felt that this character was too annoying, but on the other hand, her tragedy made them feel extremely sympathetic. A pitiful person must have a hateful side. A hateful person actually had a pitiful side. In particular, Mu Firen's acting skills were on full display in the TV series. When she was ruthless, she could make people want to strangle her. When she was sad, she was evil and sad, which made people feel that she was so real. Her twisted performance made people feel as if they were watching a real person in front of them. It was really shocking. Everyone started to support her acting skills. Some people said that they didn't expect Mu Firen to be so good at acting. It seemed that it was wrong to say that she was a box office poison. She was so good at acting, but the script was not good enough. When the TV series reached its climax, some people started to scold her on the bullet screen. They directly said that Mu Firen should go and die. These curses really reflected that her acting skills were really amazing, which made people gnash their teeth with hatred. She didn't care about it at all. From the moment she took the role, she didn't think that it would affect her in any way. However, the reputation was already there. When the TV series finished broadcasting, everyone was shocked. Mu Firen had more fans and discussions than the female lead. Due to its reputation, this TV series broke the record in viewership ratings and became the strongest viewership ratings champion that year. Many nobodies who had never been heard of before became famous because of this, let alone Mu Firen, who had great acting skills. Who said she was past her prime? Who said she couldn't do it? The data showed that she was definitely the hottest celebrity, even more so than the A-listers. Many people analyzed and said, Mu Firen was still Mu Firen, and the Heaven Empress was still the Heaven Empress. It was fine if she didn't make a move, but when she made a move, it was time to show her worth. At this time, Mu Firen's wedding was ready. After the show, Mu Firen had a lot of interviews. During the interview, everyone was also very curious about her future plans. Firen, is there any new TV series? Mu Firen said, no, because I'm still reading the script. Nowadays, there were too many scripts. After she changed her profession, many of them were dramas that required a lot of acting, which made it very difficult for her to watch. So, you haven't decided on the next TV series? Yeah, I haven't decided yet, and I don't have time to do it for the time being. Really? Do you have any plans for a TV show? If she didn't have time to do a TV series, wouldn't she be filming a reality show? She smiled. No, I'm getting married and I'm planning the wedding. His words immediately caused everyone to start to be stunned. Getting married? How is that possible? With whom? Her previous wedding was still fresh in their minds, and everyone would mention it from time to time. In the end, it ended tragically, and everyone sighed. After that, there was no news of her getting married, just when they thought that she would never get married in this lifetime. I will inform everyone when the wedding is held. I won't say much if you're not in the industry. However, when she mentioned it, everyone found out immediately. It didn't take long for someone to find out. Mu Firen's marriage partner turned out to be Mo Jinyan. I heard that he's very rich. Idiot, he's Lin Che's biological brother. Of course he's rich. Oh my god, why is it him? I heard that he's super powerful and has many legends about him. I can't believe that after divorcing that jerk, she could find such a good husband. Now that her career is doing so well and her husband is so good, she's so lucky. And so, the wedding was held under the watchful eyes of everyone. On that day, the entire street was filled with people. Because there were so many people, and every one of them had a lot of topics to talk about, all of a sudden, more and more media outlets came to the wedding and crowded the street. Of course, Lin Che, Gu Jingze, Gu Jingming, Gu Jingyu, each of them brought their girlfriends, Liu Beichun and his wife, and all kinds of celebrities. This shocked everyone in the political, business, and entertainment circles. The wedding was grand and huge. He Ying had prepared every detail carefully. At the wedding, everyone saw Mu Firen in a white wedding gown, holding her daughter by her side. That scene was like a pair of angels. He Ying smiled as he stood there and said to Lin Che, It seems that this scene appeared in my dream many years ago. Lin Shay couldn't help but laugh. Really? How much do you want to marry her? Yes, I want to marry her, and I want to have a family. But only a place with her is home. Lin Shay turned to look at him. Hei Ying said calmly, Come on, Lin Shay, help me pick up the bride. Don't forget to call her sister-in-law in the future. Huh? Really? Lin Shay shook his head and followed him. Mu Firen looked at Hei Ying, and Hei Ying looked back at her. He picked up the microphone, looked at Mu Firen, and said, First of all, thank you for coming to our wedding. This time, there is no MC because this is my wedding. I only hope that you will see me, Firen, and Yun, he said softly. This was the first time that this iron-willed man had shown such a gentle side to him. He was so careful, as if he was afraid of scaring his bride. It was an accident that I met her, but I believe that all accidents are fated. The fact that we met was already fated. She is the woman of my life. She and Yun are the two women that I can't let go of in my life. I believe that no amount of words can describe the gratitude I feel at this moment. Thank you for accompanying me to this day. Thank you for helping me, watching over me, marrying her, and thank you for her. He reached out his hand to Mu Firen. Thank you, Firen. Thank you for believing in me. Mu Firen sneered, but her eyes were already filled with tears. No, I also want to thank you. Thank you for loving me. Hei Ying hugged her tightly. On the other side, Yun said unhappily, What about me? What about me? Mu Firen lowered her head with a smile and picked up Yun. However, Black Hawk took Yun and let her sit on his shoulder. That strong arm allowed her to be safe and sound. He said softly, What about you? Are you going to call me daddy now? Yun had been Hei Ying's fan for a long time. At this moment, she couldn't help hugging him and said eagerly, Daddy. The family of three, finally, truly together. Lin Shay felt comforted as he looked at them. Gu Jingze hugged her shoulder quietly. Silly girl, why are you crying? Honey, yes. I just feel that Hei Ying finally said something that I like. What? All accidents are predestined. She looked at him. So we can meet. Everything is predestined. If I didn't meet you, where would I be now? All accidents are predestined. You and I are also predestined. I cherish every one of you that I meet. At the same time, I hope that my glass heart doesn't keep in touch with you because I'm such a timid guy who doesn't dare to face any dark consequences. However, with you guys around, I will support my glass heart and write one book after another. Thank you, everyone. The new book is being serialized. See you in the next book. That you're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.